It hasn't even been a week since our last Monday Mystery movie, but this week it was theater camp. And now the question is, was it better than Teenage Kraken? Well, yeah, duh. But does that make it good? Let's find out. So what this is it's a mockumentary about the staff of a rundown theater camp in upstate New York who must band together with the founder's broy son to keep the camp afloat. I'll start with the positives. I really did like the filmmaking and the look of the movie. Jimmy Tatro was great as the camp founder's son. Every time he was on screen, I was getting some good laughs, he was enjoyable, and I was really enjoying myself when he was there. But screw him! He constantly disappears from the movie! So then we had to follow everybody else at this camp who I just did not care about at all. And it wasn't until I got out to my car that I had to sit there and think, okay, if he wasn't the main character, then who was? Apparently, it was Ben Platt and Molly Gordon's character. So, if that's the case, why did the movie introduce him as if he was the main character? But when he was gone and we had to follow everyone else, that is when the movie kept losing me, and really the only times anyone else is funny was when Jimmy Tatro was involved with what they were doing. And speaking of Jimmy Tatro, it took me a minute to realize, what the hell did I just see him in? And I was like, oh yeah! The motherfucking machine! Which I still think is a very underrated movie. Does anyone else agree? I was never a theater kid, despite my dad always trying to get me to be in the drama club in high school, for some reason, so this really was not my cup of tea. Really the only theater reference I caught is when they were singing No Place Like London from Sweeney Todd, at least from what I can remember. Kinda like last week how I said Ruby Gillman was every teen girl movie you've ever seen, this is every camp movie you've ever seen. We follow our main camp who's in cahoots with the bigger, better camp that's right next door that wants to demolish the main camp. And I don't get it. Why in every camp movie is there another bigger, better camp right next door? Hold on. Wasn't that the plot of one of the Camp Rock movies? No, seriously, I'm asking. I never watched those stupid ass movies as a kid. I saw a trailer for this movie a while back, but I couldn't remember what it was about going in, but quickly picked up exactly what was going to happen almost immediately. The company that did this movie was Searchlight Pictures, which is a Disney Fox company, and there's times where some of their movies go straight to Hulu, and this very much felt like one of those movies. One thing that I think could have helped this movie a little bit is if it had more of an edge, because there are points where it does play it a little too safe. As for the audience reaction with this Monday Mystery movie, they seemed to enjoy it fine, people were laughing, the group behind me said they loved it at the very end, but there was this one guy that I was talking to before the movie started, and he was pretty cool, but he said after the movie was over, it was the hardest movie he ever had to sit through. And I was like, really? I mean, it wasn't for me, I've clearly seen worse, but really? Hardest movie I've ever had to sit through was theater camp. This isn't a bad movie, it's just not for me. Maybe people who were theater kids would really get into it, I really don't know. At the time of recording this, it is getting kind of a mixed response, so maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Theater Camp comes out in select theaters on July 14th and plays everywhere else on July 21st, but there's really no reason to rush out to theaters to see it. It's a decent movie to watch on streaming. But for the parts with Jimmy Tatro that got a few laughs out of me, I'll give it a C. I am very curious though to see what you guys think is the next Monday Mystery movie. It says it's rated R and an hour and 44 minutes long, and it's on July 10th, but I'm like, there's really not much coming out around that time that's rated R. There's the Beanie Babies movie thing with Zach Galifianakis, but that's longer than an hour and 44 minutes, and I'm like, I want to say it's going to be Strays, but that would be really damn early, because that doesn't come out until middle August. Again, I'm curious to know what your guess is, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and check out my review for the recent season of Demon Slayer. And I'll be back with more reviews very soon. See you then.